technologies, a lot of very interesting things coming to market, but what I was trying to listen for and I didn't always hear is, what is the thing that is going to, A, make you truly differentiated in the market and protect you from your competitors and from being copied by others that are perhaps better funded or in a different situation that they can move quickly. So I'd like to hear maybe more in subsequent conversations around how are you going to maintain the edge that you currently have and get to market first. But otherwise, fantastic stuff that I heard today. Thank you very much.
Well, I was really happy to see people that persuaded their dreams and pushed it very hard, because for many of those it was a very first pitch in the US, so we need to kind of support these people, right? Just with our applaudissements, let's do this again. Because being an entrepreneur takes a lot of courage, so I'm an admirer of people that have been here on the stage today. So, and we're willing to support those, but you need to believe in yourself and also in what has been said. Like your main investor is your customer. Of course, the investor would like to see this, right, tractions. But if you believe in your product, and we all know that IoT space is very competitive, so it's lots of competition going on there, and people have been rejected, that's true. But we see some other good instances and cases when people become successful. Yeah, I'm talking about our portfolio, and about some other colleagues. So just go on, and I'm sure if you believe in what you do, eventually you'll be successful one way or the other. So keep up, and you'll be successful. That's my just one sentence, okay? An investor will just be outside here, just waiting for you, and envy you and be with you in one boat, hopefully. Yeah, thank you.
I started this evening with kind of asking some guys about the elevator pitch, and I believe I heard kind of 4 or 5, and unfortunately the quality is kind of very low. Absolutely, thank you so much to the guys that they've been trying their best, and as Roman said, probably the quality of the presentation, and I hope the deliverables for Angels and for VCs is improving. But my question is to kind of to critically kind of improve to survival rate that now is less than 1%, and I'm focusing to help startups with their deliverables. So, and unfortunately with presentation, it is often the mix of VC presentation with customer presentation, and barriers of interest, value propositions, these kind of topics are not kind of described kind of in quality. So as for VC presentation, it's kind of need to be significantly improved. Thank you. But absolutely, thank you for your efforts, and it will be.
So I'd like to tell you something that might be a little counterintuitive. If you're in a hot space, you have a very short period of time to succeed. Right? For a long time, technology is being developed until it reaches a point where it can be commercialized. And then there's a race. And one company, or maybe a couple of companies, will win that race and become venture-funded unicorns. They do this by winning a market, building a very valuable company very quickly. So in summary, you need to move very fast, and you need to move in the right direction. And if you are building a company, and those of you who have been doing it for a while, you know that it takes several years of your non-refundable lifetime to do this. So you have to think about where you're going to invest your personal time, and then you need to move really quickly with the market, right? So my advice to you is, the counterintuitive part is, slow down to speed up. That means do your homework and learn and measure before you cut. And don't rush, because you're going to make foolish mistakes. Do your homework, do your research, understand your market, pick a direction, focus, and move as fast as you possibly can. That's my advice. Don't keep doing this startup thing forever. Your goal is to graduate to become a company. That means you need to figure out who your customer is, how to sell to them, which market you're going after, focus, and stay on mission. A lot of companies I see keep going out from conference to conference to conference, year after year, pitching the same thing, same 2 to 3 person company, and it's not working and they're not realizing it, and they're getting a little bit of money from angels here and there, and they're surviving, but that is not what you're here to do. You are here to take an idea, turn it into a product, turn it into a company, turn it into an enterprise, and IPO or exit or sell. Okay, so think about that, sleep on that, and slow down to speed up.
And if you know more about how to build startup, you can read from Vitaly Golub's book, How to Build Startup, right?
Accelerated startup.
Accelerated Startup. And now Stas Kirman.
Few advisors and few notes. Actually, I realize that people already contradict. Someone said good presentation skills, someone said bad presentation. Actually, I agree with both sides of this contradictory point. First of all, coming from the same place where you having the same accent, I do know how it's hard to step in front of the people when the first time and speaking in a new language and so on. So indeed, I'm very impressed by ability to speak. What I not impressed is by content. Again, guys, you come into Silicon Valley, you're competing with about, I don't know, 10, 20,000 companies. Each investor see about between 5 to 10 presentation a day or one-pagers. So you're in tough competition. So you have to build your presentation at least answering on the major question every investor asking. What is your, first of all, technology. Coming from East Europe, from former Soviet Union, don't waste too much time on technology. We investors believe that you could do whatever you tell them. Okay? Drones or 3D printing. From this place on the road, if you say that you do it, you do it. But competitive advantage, business strategy, your current status. No one of these, almost probably only one mentioned something where they are. Again, certainly traction is important, but even if you don't have traction, tell me where you are. So bottom line, I'm not going to do in 30 seconds full training on the pitches. There is number of the question every investor expects. He invests in you 5 minutes of his time. If it's serious investor, it's very expensive 5 minutes. So don't waste it, prepare yourself to his expectation, at least answer the question you need. So probably, as I mentioned, I agree with both sides. Now, second issue. Certainly, like Vitaly already said, some of the company has a history, did multiple pivots. One of it, and it's happened, okay? Both of us built company for quite long time, yes. It happens. The problem that I see is that after each pivot you continue old business and in the new, so you instead of focusing on one thing like this printing company, each point very good, but it's 3 or 4 different companies. Why are you pitching all together? For me as an investor, I know that as a startup, in best case, you could succeed on one. If you put all your energy, all your resources to this specific goal, if you're telling me about 3 goals, I know that you will fail on each of them. You're just not going to have resources. My advice, pivots doesn't mean that you continue old business. You throw it away, you go in this new direction, you believe it, you probably fail. But if you're going for more than one goal, you will fail for sure. You built 7 companies, so probably you have some bad story. And third, my personal observation, again, coming from the same corner of the world and working with the companies from Ukraine for last 15 years through my SVOD conference, I really impressed by the quality of this group. Really. Certainly there is a big change, and I think that Andrei and other people of UCA contribute to this, and it's a big pleasure to see some good result of their work. So let's thank our companies and also people who stand behind them.
Just 2 quick thoughts. First, I came to Ukrainian startup presentations several times, and now I can clearly see major progress. So back in 2014, most of startups didn't look professional; they just look the amateurs, not real startups, with a few exceptions now, presentations are professionals and there is some substance. But the number one idea I heard in Silicon Valley 25 years ago is that VCs want sustainable, unfair, competitive advantage, which means that they want startups to have something like other people cannot clone, and cannot clone not even now, but in the future. Which means that unique specialists, unique protection by patents, unique channels. So based on substance and